The sky's made out of glass. I recently had to do a presentation for my college civics class, but I, not being one for academia and generally a D-grade student, decided instead to purchase an old VHS of Schoolhouse Rock to perform independent research in preparation for the course. Schoolhouse Rock was a fun program that we used to watch when we wanted to get edutainment in a fun rock and roll setting. The animation was poor, the writing occasionally was as well, but we enjoyed the catchy tunes and the unique premises that the show would come up with. But there was one episode I'll never forget. The episode about a bill. A bill on Capitol Hill. I needed to get an A. I wanted to go to law school, become a lawyer, and succeed in my hopes and dreams of a white-collar position practicing law. Well, little did I know that the VHS tape that I saw had nothing to do with any of that. It appeared to be some kind of lost episode that was never supposed to make the production cut of the original 1970s lineup. Now sit back and I'll tell you all about it. I got some hot wings and Mountain Dew, my favorite non-alcoholic beverage. I mean, it starts as normal. The animation was very wavy, even a little grainy. I mean, the animation was never good, but here it looked like the artist may have been drinking or had personal problems. There's an image of a humanoid Bill sitting next to a little boy on the steps of Capitol Hill. I'm just a Bill, yes, I'm only a Bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. All of a sudden there was an explosion and you see fish guts fly everywhere. The little boy gets wide-eyed and yells, 9/11! The Bill repeats it. 9/11? What the fuck was this? Did I ever tell you the real story of 9/11? What do you mean the real story? What was this? No, the little boy says. Well, you see, the government occasionally needs to start a false flag operation. What's a false flag operation? The little boy exclaimed. It's when governments use fake operations to fund illegitimate wars and the secret quest for resources around the world. What the fuck? What the fuck? I was going to shut the tape off, so I knew I wasn't in for a schooling or rocking experience, but the bill started to sing, and George W. and Little Cheney said those twin towers aren't worth explaining. So they brainstormed about how they'd full land of the free. The American public loves a conspiracy, folks. So we'll tell them that planes crash into buildings while American public eats Fritos and onion rings. And by the way, did I forget to say, the land of the free is the USOA. False flag operations happen all the time. And if you're part of the government, folks, it ain't even a crime. So just deal with it the way Americans do. Enjoy your Call of Duty and outbreak of swine flu. What? What the fuck? No one, and I mean no one, would put a reference to George W. Bush causing 9/11 in daytime children's television programming. This is making me sick to my stomach. Hot and spicy chicken wings I'd eaten earlier are now giving me indigestion due to the emotional distress that this VHS tape was causing me. I was sick. I just wanted to learn about a bill. I just wanted to learn about a bill on Capitol Hill. All this other shit that I was hearing had nothing to do with rock and roll or the legislative process whatsoever. The bill kept talking, though. I just wanted him to shut up now. You know, Billy, most of the Bush family are Masons that go back to the days of the Anunnaki and founded the secular United States legal system. The reptilian blood courses through the veins of the bureaucratic elite even to this day. My name's not Billy, the cartoon drawing of a child started to cry. That was supposed to be your name. The Clinton family are an ancient breed of sea turtle. You see, Billy, over 2,000 years ago, an ancient tribe of reptilians that survived the 5th mass extinction, but they didn't die, Billy. They just went underground. But they're still alive and well, Billy. They're all alive and well. They're getting ready, Billy. Getting ready for the 6th mass extinction. Ugh. He started to sing again. But I was feeling increasingly uncomfortable. I went to shut the tape off, but the bill was leering. It was leering in a very sinister way. Had me glued to the TV, almost hypnotized. I heard a little black noise in the background, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And that hair, Billy, doesn't that hair look just a little funny? The film clipped to the orange wig falling off, revealing a tiny, beady-eyed crustacean with whiskers poking out of its shell. It's true, Billy. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, is but a lowly, frightened nautilus. The camera lowers to show veins in a nervous system attaching the human body to the surgically attached nautilus head. The nautilus is shown smiling as it jumps into the ocean and swims away. Trump's body slumps over. And you'll never find us down here, Billy. It's too hot down here. It's too cold, and the pressure would make your lungs explode. The camera cuts to highly rendered, artistically drawn drawings of various lizards, sea turtles, crustaceans, and amphibians controlling Congress. A wet and slick spot is shown as the salamander carries the podium on his mouth. This was disturbing. To be honest, I was creeped out, horrified, shocked, and a little scared. They're shown putting on latex face masks that quickly dry and spring form around their malformed animal and plant skulls. Yes. Plant. I know you won't believe me, but one of the members of Congress was made of seaweed. Someone in the background mutters global warming as water starts to flood the Congress chamber and they begin to swim, detaching their artificial lungs. What was this? What the fuck was this? The bill, his clothes came off. He was now a sand dollar. And he started to sing again. I'm just a bill and I'm doing quite fine in your undeveloped primate mind. So now you'll engage in meaningless tasks, 'cause we won't do what your legislation asks. We control the land and the sea in your oxymoron, land of the free. You must admit it's getting hotter. Enjoy slow heat death while we cool underwater. I may just be a sand dollar, but know how to crack a few eggs. If you ever tell anyone about this, I'll break your fucking legs! What in God's name? I had to break the hypnotic spell of this evil sand dollar. I picked up a can of Mountain Dew and chucked it at the VHS tape player. The tape's starting to spit and spew and squirt its contentious tape remains all over my pristine 4-piece pillow and duvet cover set with matching rug and ribbon. Who made this VHS? My heart skipped a beat as I looked at the production company. The production company was Red Lobster. And the paper slipcase was warped and salty as though it had been underwater. There was an 800 number on the back, but when I called it, it was just the sound of whales communicating in a deep sea setting. I was very frightened now, more frightened than I'd ever been. I just wanted to learn. To learn about a bill. A bill on Capitol Hill. Well, it was all downhill from there. I never did become a lawyer, in fact. My life spiraled out of control. I was too depressed to go to work because of the VHS. Eventually started working odd jobs until I couldn't pay my rent. Went to sleep on a park bench on a nearby beach where I picked up my old seafaring fisherman who told me a tale about an undersea body of crustaceans. The Masons, he called them. Named after the Freemasons of modern lore. We would occasionally pull up other lost episodes from our fishers' nets. Some young, some old. But none could we watch because there was no VHS tape player or electricity on the seafaring captain's vessel. Well, years later, the captain died of scurvy and we never did find the Masons. So eventually the ship capsized and half of the crew was lost at sea. I did eventually find a woman who was half woman, half fish. I married her. We had mer babies, and I assume my throne as King Triton, Lord of the Seafood. I am a firm but fair ruler, striking quickly and decisively when lobsters, dolphins, and tuna question my leadership. I ride to work on my horse and buggy clams, demanding that the eels and starfish tip their invisible hats in due respect. Laws? There are no laws, but the laws of the sand and surf. And rocks? There's all the rocks you could ever want down here. Join me, and we will rule this ocean kingdom together. Or else you will die.